Hello. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hey,
Hi
what's
there.
going on? How's your
Not
weekend?
much, not much. Good. It just started. It is 9 o'clock on Saturday morning here in
Oh yes,
California.
your PST. I'm like, it's 11. I've been up like we're
Oh, nice.
the weekend's
Nice.
practically done for me. No, I'm just kidding, but
Yeah.
sweet. Well,
Nice.
and super stoked to meet. I'd love to hear a little bit about you. Chad kind of gave me some, a fill-in, but tell me about Lindsey.
Let's see. Currently, I am in my 13th year of teaching physical education.
Nice.
So that's what I've been doing. And also getting my master's in exercise science. I have about 2 semesters left. And I'm
Nice.
really kind of like in that career transition stage where I love and I hate teaching all at the same time. But I really just would love to kind of like start something to be able to transition without doing like teaching and a business. So just
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to like seamlessly transition so I don't have to teach and kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, that's just a transition is what I'm looking into right now.
I like that. Two
um,
questions for you.
yes.
What ages do you teach? What age?
Elementary.
Okay,
So
cool. Okay.
little ones.
Those one, I feel like elementary from the teachers that I know prefer elementary over like middle school.
I like them all.
Okay,
I
cool.
like them all. I would say no high school for me. No
Okay.
high school. I don't want to deal with teenagers. So up to like middle school
Okay.
is
Very
where
cool.
where
So
I've taught the most. Yes.
yeah, I like that. Why the change?
Why the change? Money
Yeah.
and um, I feel like as an elementary PE teacher, I have so much more knowledge to offer than managing a group of children playing. I mean, yeah, that's I have, especially now getting my master's in exercise science. I do feel like I just want to share my knowledge with others. There's a lot of BS out there, I think, and I just really want to give people like real information. And since I just went to school, I feel like I've got all the updated information. So I kind of want to share that, but I have no business sense, and I'm trying to figure out how to start and where to even begin. So that's where I'm at right now.
Well, welcome. I was an
Yes.
in-person coach for 10 years before I went online, and I really only went online because COVID shut the world down. And I found starting out, I was like, I love to coach. I feel like I'm great at teaching. And honestly, coaching is teaching. It's different
Exactly.
way of teaching.
Mhm.
But marketing, sales, that was for the birds. That wasn't my jam, apparently. So, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Um, are you working with any
And
clients? Started doing anything like that?
I have worked with several clients in person. I haven't really dabbled into the online, but I feel like the online right now would be the best place for me to start because I eventually want to run it into like a physical business. But for right now, I don't think I have enough time to do like the physical in teaching and then also in person training. So that's trying to do like the online first and then flow it into a physical business,
Well,
which, yeah,
can I challenge you on that one?
of course.
Why do you want the physical business?
I like in person. I'm
Okay.
not at I am 37 and I didn't necessarily grow up with like the social media, and I'm still not 100% on board with what it's giving everyone. So I need to be on more on board, but I like people. I like being face to face with people. I like in person a lot better than online. But
That's
I know this is where I can reach a lot more people and tell them my 2 cents about health and wellness and fitness and all that business. But I do like being in person with people and giving that one-on-one attention.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think I found being online, I could give a little bit more to my clients just because in person is a lot of like form, function, training, whereas online
Mm-hmm.
you focus a little bit more on mindset, stress management, lifestyle influences that are going to impact, fitness long term, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
But I also though my partner and I we travel all the time, so I don't think I could get back
Cool.
to in person. But
Mm-hmm.
I love that. We have a couple of students who kind of started in that same regard where they wanted to leave what they were doing to have more freedom, more flexibility, build a bigger online presence, but then use that revenue, use that income to open up their own facility, to reach, and have
Mm-hmm.
better programs, reach more people. And I love that. Where are
Yeah.
you from?
And California, born and raised in the Bay Area. And then about 2 years ago, I moved up to like the Sierra foothills. So I live about an hour and a half from Tahoe.
Yep.
It's beautiful. I went from big city to small town and I love it. And I really want to impact my community, which is another reason why I want to do the physical, is really give back to this community because it's such a cool community.
Very cool. Sweet. What prompted the move? Just get out of the city?
COVID
Yeah.
was, yeah, it was kind of like everything got shut down and we had a chance to be like, do we want this? Do we want to stay here? Do we want to spend $2 million trying to buy a house? And we didn't have that money. So we moved up here, found a place that we could afford and kind of settled down in. Yeah. So
California is beautiful.
Now,
it is expensive.
So expensive. So expensive.
Yeah, I'm in Austin, Texas, and I think it's expensive here.
Okay.
We moved from a small town in Michigan, and I'm just like, we get so much more in Michigan than what we get. This is crazy.
Yeah, even I see a post about Texas, like you get this giant mansion for $5,000, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, but that's in like the middle of nowhere. That's in
not in like the good stuff.
No, it's in the dirt.
Yeah.
It's in the dirt, and it's just not, it's not the fun.
Yeah, there's nothing around it. It's half an hour to a grocery store.
Yeah. You could ride your horse in town if you want to do. That's just not the.
Yeah, that's a little too small town for me.
We'll do. Okay, sweet. So goal-wise, long-term, obviously it sounds like you want to transition out of teaching eventually. Doesn't sound like we're in a super big rush. Like you don't hate your job, right? We're not like.
No, I mean, I'm in the contract until June. I'm going to be teaching until June, and then my hope is that I don't have to teach next year. So really trying to match my salary now so that I don't have to go back.
What do we need to make to do that?
I would say 3,000 to 4,000, so not even that much.
Realistically, in the online space, when you think about like full coaching, nutrition training, all that stuff, weekly check-ins, average pricing is typically between 250 to 500 a month. So even let's just say we're on the 300 range, that's 10 to 15 clients to put you in like that 3 to 4 window, which isn't that much. It's going to take some time, right? I mean, but we could get that months. We could be at a point where we're really ready to sustain. How big would you like this? I mean, perfect world, how much would you like to be making?
That I'm not quite sure, honestly. I live pretty comfortably. I'm not a lavish spender. But I like to feel safe, and like if something did happen, I do have money to do that. I honestly, that hasn't really crossed my mind, just really trying to match my income and then see where that takes me.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I think where more income comes in is maybe not more, stuff in your life, but a little bit more income is going to allow that in-person to come a lot faster. Give back to your community, be able to contribute more to other people's lives. That's something that, I got to, luckily I was able to help my brother finish paying for college and help my mom pay off, her car. So it's like more, my mom was a single mom growing up. She did a lot for me and my brother. And so I'm like, let me help you, so
yes. Yeah.
I think just a little bit, maybe like 5, 6K would be comfortable. Allow some extra.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That would be wonderful.
Sweet. Challenges. Sounds like just the business side of things, but what specific business? All of it?
I would say mostly just tackling social media. I'm not a huge social media person, but I know that's where I can reach a lot of people. Just ins and outs, how to market, how to sell people what they want. I briefly went through that mini course of like the ideal client. So that got me started like thinking about who I would want to train, which is excellent. But that's where I've kind of stopped.
So more like it sounds like the marketing, sales, lead generation side of things. Yes. We're going to attract clients. Okay. How do you feel about the system side? Payment processors, contracts, things like that?
I mean, that seems like a bunch of paperwork. If I find a system that works, I feel it shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, some of the technology stuff is a little bit more simple. Not easy.
I feel like there's probably programs in tech that can help me with that, but I don't know if that can help me with the marketing and the sales and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like a lot of students struggle with that. A lot of people are active on social media, but it's not anything business based. I don't know if you relate to this, but before I went online, I was definitely somebody who posted like twice a year, and it was usually like a picture of my dog, just like let my family know I'm still living.
Yep, exactly.
But it is learnable. But I will say we don't want you to become reliant on social media. There's a lot of different ways to find clientele, community outreach, partnerships, business partnerships, referrals. Social media is great. You're going to reach a lot of people on social media, but you're also not going to be posting 7 times a day, 7 days a week, always on your phone. We just don't want to encourage that because it's going the opposite direction of what we want.
And I don't think that's me. That is not who I am.
Good. You'll fit right in. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Anything you're dealing with mindset wise? A lot of our coaches getting in the online space have like kind of the imposter syndrome, maybe a little fear of failure, things of that nature. We feel pretty good.
Yeah, not really. Yeah.
Perfect.
I think failure is a part of life and we learn from it. And I'm all about learning from my failures, and yeah,
I love this. Sweet. Have you tried anything yet to say, hey, I'm going to become a coach, come work with me, I'm taking clients?
No, I haven't. I'm really like ground floor, trying to figure out where to start.
It's kind of a good thing. There's no bad habits. We're not out here like spending thousands of dollars on ads every month that aren't, converting or anything crazy like that. So cool.
Yeah. Nope, not at all.
Beautiful. Now with the program, I don't know if you know too much about NLCA, but how this works, I'm going to share my screen, show you the coursework and all that. You will have a full course curriculum that walks you through everything from setting up systems to client retention and, sustainability. Throughout that process, you're going to have a one-on-one coach who's going to be kind of your partner in crime. This person is going to help walk you through what you're learning, help you take action, teach you, along the way. We have a lot of coaches with a lot of different personality types. So kind of how do you learn best? What do you need from a coach?
Honest, like I don't mind being told what I should do better. I really like constructive criticism. I played a lot of sports growing up, so I am used to that type of please do it better. I know you can. That I think I will train like I teach, with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of personality. But one-on-one, I think I'm a little bit more mellow, calm, cool, collected. But when I start teaching and talking about what I really love, I think that starts like coming out and I get more excited and get a little bit crazier. I don't know if that helps or narrows me into that.
Definitely. As far as personality goes, are you somebody that likes a little bit more of like nice, obviously none of our coaches are assholes, but like somebody who's supportive but a little bit more direct, or do you like more of that like rah kind of like cheerleader type of personality?
I don't need a rah. That's not, I can be my own cheerleader.
So somebody who can be supportive but give direct feedback. All right, great, this looks good, here's the next step, let's make it happen.
Yes, exactly. Like very direct. I don't need pats on the backs or high fives or gold stars. I don't need that. My gold stars and pats on the back will be like my clients and getting this moving. So that will feel better than someone telling me I'm doing a good job.
Absolutely. No, beautiful. Any personality traits you're looking for, that we can kind of help with, or do you need somebody who's super organized or can help you with organization, someone who can help with procrastination, anything that you need support on specifically?
I'm pretty organized, and I guess I can procrastinate, but more with things I don't want to do. And I feel like this is not going to be that, because I'm excited about this. I love cleaning or the procrastination things that I don't necessarily want to do. So
150% agree. The laundry will sit in the washing machine for 2 days, and then I have to start it over. I get it.
Yep.
Okay,
happens.
Yep, I feel that.
Yeah.
And you have a partner, you said, right?
Yes.
How do they feel about this business and this journey?
They're excited because they want me to stop complaining about teaching.
Oh, good. Okay, perfect. So it's more like, okay, just do it.
Yes.
Right. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And we're both kind of in the works of like that next step, kind of like when we moved, we both kind of left what we thought we were going to be doing forever. And now we're kind of building into that next thing. So, which is next for both of us.
Got it. Perfect. When did you start teaching? You said you've been teaching for 13 years?
13.
Was it when COVID happened that kind of started the pivot of enjoyment?
Probably. Okay. Yeah, around the COVID time. Yeah, shoving me in a room on a screen for a year and a half was not my cup of tea. Yeah. Not at all.
We had a lot
Um,
of teachers and healthcare workers that kind of made that pivot because really healthcare and fitness align and teaching and coaching align really well. So
mhm.
it's kind of like a very natural pivot when it comes to career. And we have lots of nurses, lots of healthcare staff that were just
Awesome.
beat up because of 2020,
Uh-huh.
basically. So
Oh yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
great. Well, let's jump in. Anything else you feel like I
Okay.
need to know about you before I share my screen and show you how it all works?
I don't think so.
Cool.
No.
Easy. Let's do it. So NLCA, hopefully you knew that's who we were before you got on a call with me today.
Mhm.
Otherwise, welcome. Now you know.
Yeah.
We
Thank
are a
you.
business coaching program. Hopefully you knew that as well. Any certifications? Do you have any certifications right now?
I actually have an autism fitness certification, and then in
Nice.
April I will have a master's in exercise science.
Beautiful. Perfect.
And then
Perfect.
hopefully and then I want to sit for my certified strength and conditioning coach license. That's my like real hope. I'm not great at taking tests. It might take me a couple times, but it's going to happen. So
You'll get there. That's fine. Easy
yeah,
peasy.
yeah.
Beautiful. I always ask, we're NASM, ACE, and ISSA accredited. So if you did have any certifications with them, great. We do have a nutrition and training certification as a freebie for our students. So if you want to go through
Oh,
that, you
sweet.
absolutely can. Really, really in-depth. The nutrition certification is great. So is the training side, but nutrition specifically was my favorite.
Mhm. Yeah.
We do have an A+ rating with the BBB. We've worked hard to make sure our clients love what they do here. So if that matters, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But NASM, ACE, ISSA. All right, we have two programs. We have our accelerator program, we have our master coaching program. So accelerator is kind of where we're starting because this is new, we're fresh. This is a brand new endeavor. So the goal
Mhm.
here would be able to build a foundation, lead gen, market, get clients, and then retain clients. So client delivery, client experience, that's super, super important to us. Now, long-term, if this is something that you want to be able to expand and have employees with or continue scaling, master coach will be that in the future. So master coach, once we're hitting kind of that 9 to 12,000 plus range in revenue per month, we're probably going to need some support. Maybe we want to offload the marketing. Maybe we want to offload the sales. Maybe we want to give you more time to coach and expand your client roster. Master coach is going to focus on the scaling side and how to be a leader, how to delegate, how to hire. But I think we're at accelerator for now.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Good, good. I'm not going to read all this to you. You don't have to, go through
Yeah.
this. But again, goal of the accelerator program is to get your first 2 clients, business foundation, organic lead generation, sales, client retention, get you to 10K. It seems silly, but on paper, I mean, if you're charging $300 a month and you have 30 clients, that's 9K. That's not that many clients. So most of the
No.
coaches that can handle this on their own can handle a roster of like 40 to 50. So you really can be in a great financial spot without putting 40, 50 hours a week in.
Mhm.
That's what we want. All right, support gets a little intense, so bear with me. So
No
you will
worries.
have an assigned one-on-one coach. This is going to be your main point of contact. You guys are in this together. They're going to help teach you, give you examples, help you implement, help you execute, and help you grow. Now, if for whatever reason, we assign you to a coach and you guys just don't mesh, we have 15 one-on-one coaches. We can pivot you to somebody else. We're going to do our best to kind of pivot, match you with the right person. It's very, very, very rare that somebody's like, terrible job, hate this person, next, please. But if that happens, we can switch you. Now, first and foremost, you are going to get on a game planning call with your one-on-one coach. You guys are going to meet. You're going to talk about kind of what you know so far, long-term vision, short-term vision, and then you two will create a business plan together on what that skeleton structure needs to look like. You will have weekly support calls. Every other week, you're going to meet with that business coach. The opposite weeks, you're going to meet with your sales coach. Sav is our sales coach for the accelerator program. She's absolutely insane at sales. She's amazing.
Cool.
Sales, I think, is the biggest imposter syndrome people fear. Is just like, oh, somebody told me no. What do I say? How do I create a script? All that fun stuff. So she'll help you with role play, objection handling, fine tuning your presentations, things like that.
Yeah, I'm not very pushy, so that's
Yeah.
like I'm not a businesswoman by any means.
And I
So
think that's a
that
big
I
thing
would love
too, is
that.
just that sales mindset is when somebody tells you no, most of the time they want to tell you yes, but there's a challenge that doesn't have a solution. So for us, when
Mm.
somebody says, I can't do this right now, it's not, well, you need to, so come work with me. It's okay, cool. How do we find a solution so that we can make this happen either now or in the future? More like problem
Mm.
solving. So I like to think of
Right.
sales as problem solving. Roster group coaching calls, these are great. So every one-on-one coach does have a roster of students that they coach. Usually it's between 10 to 30, depending on the coach's availability. So we do roster coaching calls every other week. These are optional, but these are great. I think of these more like study halls. You and your coach and a few other people on that roster are going to come in together. If you like to kind of collaborate, get ideas, brainstorm, or just work during that time, you've got some people to kind of, echo, bounce ideas off. Group calls are 5 days a week. These are Monday through Friday. You are Pacific time, so let me convert the times in my brain. Mondays, we have 2 call times, 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. PST. Tuesday and Friday, they're 10 a.m. Wednesday, they are 5 p.m. Thursday, 6 p.m. They're all recorded. I usually say try to get to one. Try to get to 1 or 2 a week, but all of them are recorded. So if you can't make it, watch the call recordings back. We've got you covered. The biweekly support calls with Chad, those are the 2 p.m. times on Mondays. He leads those. Those are a little bit more popular. I think everyone loves to meet with Chad. Chad's obviously started multiple businesses. He's very insightful. These are fun ones to go to. You'll also have text support with your coach. So you're going to have access to your coach 24 hours a day through WhatsApp, Monday through Friday. We do give our coaches the weekends off because they're human beings who have families and lives as well. So,
yes, please.
We like them to have those days, but Monday through Friday, they're all yours, 100%. And then Zenpreneur. So Zenpreneur is kind of a mindset framework we created. We have a one-on-one mindset coach. So if you're ever feeling some type of way, need some, help pulling out of the trenches, she's got you covered. She's intense, so she'll get you out of it. So we do mindset calls. Those are on Fridays. We do breathwork sessions as a team, breakout bonus calls quarterly. So if we're dealing, we're really seeing a ton of like money mindset, fear of failure, whatever it is, we'll have a weekend call where we just fucking deal with it. Let's hash it out.
Okay, sweet.
Full transparency, being a business owner is awesome and it's exciting and it's fulfilling and it's stressful as hell. So just know we want to take care of our mindset first and foremost. You cannot pour from an empty cup. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Community. So you'll have the private Facebook group. I know I didn't talk about that, but we do have a private client Facebook group, group chat, group calls. We do have a conference every year. This year, it's going to be the weekend of October 13th. It's a Friday, Saturday, 13, 14. If you don't have to be a student to come, if you can make it, I say get down to Austin. It is a fantastic weekend. We bring guest speakers from the industry, from coaching, business, investment, financial, just to come teach us how to be better business owners and better coaches. It's great.
Neat.
And then resources. So you'll have our entire course curriculum, which I'll show you here in just a second. You're going to have our Zenpreneur frameworks. We have mindset prompts, journaling prompts, breath work, all kind of in the course work as well. This is nice if you want to help save some time, but Kayla Diamond owns a company called Evolve Health and Performance. She's one of our one-on-one coaches for Master Coach. She is amazing. She's probably I've never met anybody who can program like this woman and her team, but there is years.
I love programming. It's so fun.
Yes.
So I just got into it with my last couple classes. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're good.
Programming is really, really fun for me.
Yeah, you'll love this then. So she has progressive overload-based training programs, years and years worth of progressive overload-based training programs. 3-day week, 4-day week, 5, 6-day week splits for home gym workouts, beginner, intermediate, advanced clientele. They're kind of like plug and play. So you'll have the templates and then you can kind of pick the hinge movement, the carry movement, the yada, yada. It's awesome. So it'll just help save you some time. And then the bonus certification. So nutrition and training cert, that's yours. Go through it at your own time. I wouldn't say jump into it first because you're already qualified. Let's try to get some clients and get the business built up and maybe do that down the line.
Yeah.
Questions here so far?
Not yet.
Oh, perfect. Let's jump into it. So I'm gonna move a little thing here. Beautiful. So coursework. Excuse me, coursework. You will have lifetime access to this course. So it takes you a year to get through. It takes you a year. It won't. If you put in 1 to 2 hours a week on the coursework, you'll be done in 6 to 7 weeks, typically is our average. So, but you will have the course for life. And then you also have the most updated version of the course. So we change this. I'll just be honest. We update the modules frequently, probably bi-monthly. So if anything changes, we try to just make sure we have the most up-to-date information in the course. You'll get an email that says, hey, we changed this module. Here's why, here's where to find it. Make sure you watch that video. So as we go through kind of your role in changing the coaching space in the world, we have a very deep-rooted need to make the fitness industry just the opposite of what it is right now. It's very toxic. It's very crazy. It's insane. We need coaches who genuinely want to make this industry a better place because it's bonkers.
It is.
We don't work with MLMs. So if you are somebody who, works with Optavia, Beachbody, Herbalife, things like that, we don't typically work with anybody who's trying to grow that business. We want you to be able to grow an independent service-based business for your clients. Doesn't mean you can't work with them, just means that can't be your main goal.
Got it.
Directory is basically your table of contents, contact information, Zoom links, all that stuff will be in here. So if you ever are looking for, hey, I forgot when this call is, all that stuff's laid out here. So if there's everything you're searching for, it's going to be in the directory. Affiliate program roadmap of how we're going to actually get you to 10K. So 0 to 5 and then 5 to 10, and then mindset and lifestyle. So this is kind of your prep work. This is all like the easy stuff. And then we'll dive into phase 1 here in a second. But how do you create boundaries with clients and with people in your personal life? How do you create a good routine, good structure? How do you handle stress and, managing a lot of plates? As a human being, we wear a lot of hats, in our life. You're a partner, you are a teacher, you are a business owner, you're a student. How do we make all of those things, exist in harmony? And then we dive into the business. So very first business module is going to cover the back end stuff. So before we start taking on clients, we need a payment processor, we need contracts, we need application forms, we need all that stuff to be done and dusted. We have all this done for you. Just take it. Forms are done, take them. Applications are done, take them. We will teach you Wave and Stripe, 2 payment processors. I use Wave, Stripe's a common one as well. It doesn't matter to us what you use. If you have a different payment processor you prefer, by all means. DocuSign, contracts, apps to use for coaching. I use Trainerize. We teach Trainerize and True Coach. So again, use any of them. Have you heard of those? Either one?
I think I've heard of True Coach. I don't think I've heard of Trainerize.
Yeah, they're pretty similar. I've not used True Coach for my clients, but I've gone through the modules. So essentially what they are is, it's kind of like a one-stop shop for all your programming. You can create custom programs in there, master programs in there, so you can assign them to multiple people. How it works is your clients will open up the app when they go to the gym. They'll log their sets, their reps, their weights. They'll tell you if they substituted any of the exercises you programmed for them. All their food will track there. Both of the apps also connect to like the Oura Rings, Apple Watches, Fitbits, phones. So that way it'll track their steps, their sleep, all that stuff gets calculated and, analyzed in one spot. Progress photos, measurements, check-in forms, communication, all can be done through these apps. You have kind of like a one-stop hub for all of your people to come together. So super, super great. It's also fun because, it'll be like, congratulations on your 10th workout, or you've hit this milestone, or, good job on this PR. And then you get notified of those types of things too from your clients accomplished. So it's just Zoom, WhatsApp, Google Sheets, some basic things you might use. Questions here?
No, this is actually not really a question about this. I'm curious, what is your like fitness niche that you coach?
Yeah, so larger transformations. I work with people who have large weight gains or weight losses ahead of them. My degree is in nutritional sciences, and I for a long time specialized in pre and postnatal. I just found that I'm never going to have any kids. It's not my jam. So I found that I wasn't really connecting to my niche. It's just not for me. My dog is my kid. That's the best it's going to get. So I just started not connecting as well long-term with that. I went through a larger transformation myself in college, and I found the nutrition side of that, reverse diet, long-term sustainability was just my jam. So yeah. That's
Excellent. Awesome. And I completely agree with no children. I have 2 dogs, and I don't plan on having any. I love them. I get to play with them all day, and then they go home, and I go home to my dogs.
Yeah, they're cool. So, I respect them. That's cool, but I don't want to be responsible for them.
100%.
Financially, but yeah, my dog is financial enough. We've got a disabled pit bull who's got dwarfism, and that man can't. Oh, geez. So plenty enough. Plenty.
Heart dogs.
Yes. One thing with the modules I didn't talk on, every single module is going to have a text version and a video version of everything. So if you click on the text version, you'll be able to read through it as you go. And like, there's a written step-by-step of everything. So something like how to, file your LLC, how to come up with a business name, all that stuff will be in here. But then you'll have the video version going through the actual IRS's website, how to file this and click on that. So text version, video version. With the financial module, we will cover, again, filing your LLC, EIN, business bank account, QuickBooks, how to, open up a savings account, how to open up a tax account. Basically, you're making money. Where does it go? What do we do?
Yes. Yeah.
How to pay yourself, business expenses and deductions, liability insurance, health insurance for being self-employed. Health insurance, might come down the line. You probably have health insurance, I would imagine, as a teacher, but maybe one day we need to look into that because you're trying to do this on your own. So.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, these are all exactly what I need to learn how to do.
Oh yeah, the finances was like a big question mark for me. When I jumped in there when I first started, I was like, what the fuck is this? What? Yes. But we learn. It's not easy, but we make it simple. Target setting. Realistically, I don't care if you want to make $20, if you want to make $2 million, you're going to need a plan of how you're going to make that $20. So how many clients is that? How many, sales calls does that mean? How many people do we have to contact in order to get that person to get on a call? So reverse engineering your goals. Phase 2, ideal challenge, ideal client, and then offers and pricing. Now, ideal client, yes, it's great to know kind of your niche, but more importantly, what does that niche struggle with? What are the challenges that that demographic of people is going to struggle with on their journey, and then market to that. We don't want to say, I help women between 35 and 50 who want to lose weight. Awesome, that's great. But what do women between 35 and 50 struggle with when wanting to lose weight? Picky eaters at home, time management, lack of knowledge at the gym. Those are the things we want to market. And then offers and pricing. What are you charging? What's included? Are we high ticket, mid ticket, low ticket? Do we have subscription options, group options? What are we doing? Questions there?
No.
Cool.
No.
Cool. Phase 3.
My brain is working very, it's like, whoa.
If it starts to melt, let me know. We'll slow it down.
No, it's good. It's lots of good ideas.
Your brain may very well be mashed potatoes by the end of this call. Just
after teaching, I think my brain it can handle a lot of information at one time.
It'll need to, being a business owner, let me tell you. So phase 3, or like the lead gen marketing side, is stuff you're going to be doing probably on a day-to-day basis, or at least consistently. So marketing strategy, what is marketing? Why do we need it? How do we come up with a plan based on your demographic, your ideal challenge? And then we'll teach you all the fun stuff. So podcasting and YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok does not mean you need to use all these things. I'm in my 30s. My clients are usually 30 to 50 on average. Facebook and Instagram they're my spots. I don't do anything else. I don't do anything else. TikTok's not my jam. Now, if you want to focus on Division I college athletes, those are 19 to 22-year-olds. You're probably going to need to be on TikTok, YouTube, where they hang out. So you're going to want to be where your clients hang out in order to find your people. But again, you don't have to utilize all these. We'll just show you how to make it the best.
Cool. I don't think I'm cool enough to teach a younger demographics than myself. So I mean, I'm good with that.
I have younger clients and I have older clients,
Okay.
I think it's really about your niche and your personality for sure.
Okay.
How you can connect to people. But with this too, I mean, let's say we dive into Facebook, it's not just going to be, how do I learn Facebook, but how to actually create content, stories, reels, which type of account you should use, optimizing Facebook, hashtags, tweaking your content strategy. Content made easy. Have you heard of Canva or Microsoft Designer?
Yes, I've heard of them. I have not dabbled in them.
Microsoft Designer is not my jam. It's just a little bit more advanced than what I feel like I need in my business, but Canva's great. Canva's free also, which is cool. So Canva, if you've ever seen content like this, like it's very professional, it's very clean, edited. It's usually done through Canva. What's nice with Canva is that they have templates for every single social media platform and every single type of content. So if you want to make a story, a reel, TikTok, carousel, whatever, highlight, it's all got templates in here. We'll show you how to make content quickly, but professionally. There's a couple of AI tools we'll teach you. I use 3, I think at this point, 3 different AIs, video AI, and then copy AI, and one other for editing. But there's 1 or 2 we might suggest to you. At this point, I can make about 15 pieces of content in about an hour and a half. So that will save you a lot of time and not have to be always on social media.
Excellent.
All right, lead gen. So we're marketing, we're creating content. Now, how do we turn these into clients, right? So lead gen framework is just our overview, our philosophy. We are going to go through 4 different funnels of finding clientele. Now, there's a lot of different things within each funnel that we can try and do to get clients. So you might not use all 4 funnels right off the bat. You might only, really use 1 or 2. You might use a little bit from each one, but earned media is anything we do that attracts someone to you. So anytime that you get somebody to come up to you and say, hey, I saw that post. Hey, I saw you at this event. I'm interested in what you do. That's earned media. We've earned their attention. So that could be community engagement. That could be networking events. That could be social media. That could be advertising of some way, business partnerships, things like that. Opposite. Conversations to calls. This is where you reach out to people. So this one is where people get nervous. They're like, I don't want to DM people. I don't want to reach out to people. But there's a right and wrong way and a strategy here. If you notice that Chad has liked your last 7 Instagram posts, that person's probably interested in what you're talking about. So how do we build a conversation and relationship with that person that could turn into a client? So how do we do that? How do we do that well?
Just like I followed NCLA and then someone DM'd me and said, "Oh, are you interested?" Exactly. Yeah.
Yep, exactly like that. The
Okay.
thing with that is there
Perfect.
are like, when it comes to like business to consumer, somebody who's like, fitness can be terrifying, right? People are very nervous about starting a fitness journey. A lot of times
Yes.
they're embarrassed. They don't want to ask for help. So we have to be a little
Mhm.
bit more delicate with that. We're trying to build relationships because you don't want to just prospect somebody who you don't get along with. You're going to hate that client, client coach relationship.
Mhm.
So we do really want to focus on building relationships.
Okay.
Beginner ad strategy. This is not thousands of dollars in ads. If you're making 10, 15, $20,000 a month, sure, we can put some money into an ad spend, but we're not touching that until master coach. Beginner ads are going to be more boosting posts. So again, you are not going to do this until you've got some clients. So you got some money coming in. This is maybe month 2, month 3, but beginner ad strategy will be taking a couple of your most common, most popular, attractive posts, and then we're going to boost those. Usually they're $1 to $3 a day. We'll do that on a monthly basis for a couple of posts. One client signing up doubles your return on investment, triples it sometimes if you're, on the lower end there. So just ways that we can start to get away from our power base and into the world of people who don't know you on a low budget opportunity. And then referrals. Happy people will bring you more happy people. Your friends and family will probably send you people, even if they're not clients. So just incentivizing a great referral program. Any questions here?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. So far, feeling good?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, this is all exactly kind of what I need to know and kind of the guide that I need
Yeah, fair.
to make it happen. Yeah.
Let's keep it rocking. We're almost there, I promise. Sales is obviously important. You cannot be a business owner with no clients because you don't have a business at that point. We need to sell people. So sales and fundamentals, we really focus a lot on relationship building, sales psychology. Realistically, we're not car salesmen. You're not here to push someone, pressure someone into sale. You want to make sure that there's actual alignment between what you do and what they need. And if there is, great. It's your job to show them the light and try to find the solution for them. Tracking basics, easy peasy, just how to track who showed, who closed, how much money you're making, all that. Meet and greet calls are optional. I don't really do a lot of meet and greets because I hate talking on the phone. I'll just be transparent, but meet and greet calls are like 10-minute phone calls. If you're not 100% sure if somebody's going to be a good fit for your program, it's probably good to do a little get to know you before you book them for a full sales call. You know what I mean? Quick phone call. So whole process, what the expectations are on here. If you do have a great call and you're going to put them on a sales call, what's their homework going to be between those 2 calls, with examples.
Cool.
Sales call will be your second call or your one and only. I pretty much only do 1 call closes because, again, not my jam. Closing call, though, will cover everything from how to confirm appointments, create a presentation breakdown slide by slide of what you should have included on yours, and then example of kind of overview and how that goes. Scripts, objection handling, downsell options, financing, follow-ups, and then onboarding with examples. Cool. Objection handling. This is probably one of my favorite modules. This is probably my second favorite module. We'll get to my first favorite in a few here, but people are going to tell you no. And I want you to get very comfortable with that word if you're going to be successful at business. People are going to tell you no all the time, more often than they say yes right off the bat. But they're going to tell you no for a lot of different reasons. No's, again, are typically challenges that need solutions. So what are the solutions to all the challenges they're going to throw your way? I can't afford it. I want to try it on my own. What if it doesn't work? One thing I never thought I would hear that I just heard for the first time, I started taking Ozempic.
Is that the new weight loss drug?
Yes. It's not meant, it wasn't designed for people to just lose weight. Basically, it's a really extreme appetite suppressant and people just are not fucking eating because they're not.
It's terrible.
It's doctors can do anything nowadays, I swear. That's neither here nor there. Somebody who, has had a lap band or bariatric surgery and doesn't feel like they need support, but knows they can't do it on their own, budget, think about it, all the different things. So great module to go through for sure. I would say definitely spend some time here if you're not comfortable with sales. Onboarding. Somebody joins your team, we need to onboard them. So that would consist of typically making sure their agreement is signed, getting them into your WhatsApp group if you have one, on your app that you're using for training, basically just getting them access to anything you have that they need. So for onboarding, for me, typically it's that we put them in the Facebook group, they get added to the WhatsApp group chat. They get the schedule for our team calls, because we do team calls twice a week. So that way they have the schedule and the link, and then they have access to my resource library. So over time, you'll create like little guides, little resources, freebies. All my clients have access to that. And then my first favorite module is the client delivery module. So I do not care if you sell 100 clients a day, if 99 of them want to cancel. So we need to make sure what you're doing is good and people like it and they're finding success. So program efficiency, using like ChatGPT, which is another AI. I don't know if you've used it much, but it's awesome for like creating freebies and, little sources. How many clients can you handle without, that support kind of going downhill? I found my cap is about 50. 50 is kind of my max. I had 56 clients at once, and not my jam. So 50 is my spot. Communication. If somebody's upset, they're not sticking to the program, they want to quit, they want to cancel, how do we fix it? How do we handle that communication? And then probably my favorite part is the community feel. People love to know they're not alone. They love a team, they love an environment, they love support. So we do 2 team calls a week, Wednesdays and Saturday mornings. And then we do, we have a group chat, Facebook and WhatsApp. Facebook is non-existent basically anymore. Everyone loves the WhatsApp chat now that they have that. But just ways that you can bring your clients together.
Okay.
Questions here?
Nope.
Cool. Last little bit is going to be support and retention. So customer support are more those one-off scenarios, things that aren't going to happen very often. But let's say you have a client who breaks their leg and now they can't go to the gym and now they want to, cancel or pause their support, or you have somebody who loses their job and now financially things are tight. What can we do? What should we do? What are the dynamics there? And then retention. How do you keep your people long-term? How do you keep them happy? How do you keep them excited about continuing with you, even if they've hit their goals and they're, crushing it? So cool. I threw a lot your way. I'm sure your brain is melting, but how are you feeling overall?
No, honestly, really good. I am.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah, a lot of really good information.
Good. We'll do a quick recap. We got a lot of master coaching stuff here, but recap, here we go. Let me zoom out a little bit. On the left-hand side, it's a 4-month program. So you got 4 months. You've got your game planning call with your coach, your private coach. You have one-on-one coaching calls, one-on-one sales calls, Facebook group calls 5 days a week, biweekly chat calls, biweekly roster support calls. Those, they wouldn't fit in the box. I should make the box bigger. You've got your programming, the certification, and all your course material. No questions here.
Not really.
Cool. So looking at this, and I want you to just know that this is exactly what you need. If it's not 100%, this is great. That's totally fine. But do you feel like this checks all the boxes for you? You think it could get you to where you want to go?
Definitely.
Beautiful. Anything you didn't see that you wanted to see?
No, not quite yet. Again, I'm really just such starting out that any information is good information for me right now.
Oh, yeah. I'll take it. Testimonials. Who? Actually, you know what? Who's a good one? Lacey. She's our mindset coach now, but Lacey is a spitfire. She is awesome. But she was a full-time nurse, actually. So she was a nurse. She was, her and her husband, this is actually unfortunate. She shared this journey. This is kind of what started her in this. The year before, so 2018, I think, actually, her and her husband adopted 2 girls. They adopted 2 sisters. And then 2020 happened, right? COVID started. She was working a shit ton of hours as a nurse. She was an ICU nurse too. So, add that to the list. Yeah. And her husband said, too much for me. Left on a whim, took all their shit, left her as a single mom with 2 kids who are kind of still being adjusted to their household, working a shit ton of hours. And she said, not it. This can't happen. I can't do this. She wanted to pivot into the fitness space anyway. She had never coached though. This was very new. She had never done any formal training in person or online, anything like that. She's our mindset coach now because she's absolute beast. It took her about six months or so, but she hit her first 10K month in 6 months. She's now to the point, she's been in business for a year and a half. This month will be a year and a half, which is great. And she has 5 employees, and they're doing about 25,000 in collected revenue each month, which is great. So lots of time with her.
And then what is her niche then?
Healthcare professionals. Yeah, she works with any yeah, she works with a lot of healthcare professionals who are trying to balance that like nursing life of 12-hour shifts and insane schedules with fitness and health. Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, it's cool.
Awesome. Great job, Lacey.
Well, Jen, I'm not going to share. Jen's crazy, but I'm going to give you, I'm going to use Serena. Serena's cool too. I love Serena. So I actually enrolled Serena and Lacey actually. But Serena started as an assistant coach. She didn't have the confidence to start her business. She was very, very uncomfortable with the business side of things. She actually joined a team and was an assistant coach for an online team for a while. And then got that itch of like, I really should be doing this on my own. So she branched out on her own October 2022. She started with us in January, I want to say, January. No, maybe October, sometime around then. But her very first month of being in business, she contracted 15K and collected 6.5 that first month. I was like, see, it's the confidence though. A lot of times it's mindset. It's that holding yourself back. She's done great. She just this last week actually ascended into master coach. So she's got
awesome
2 employees now, one for marketing, one for DMing. She's still a solo coach, but she's working on hiring her first coach, and she's got 34 clients on her roster now, which is crazy. We love her.
Awesome. That's super cool.
Jen's a savage. Jen's also part of that no kid life. Got a lot of no kid lifers on this team for sure. But her and her husband actually started their business together. She started, coaching in 2015. She started working with us in 2021. Jen actually worked with another business coach before she came to NLCA, and she was doing about 12 to 15K a month when she joined. She just went right into master coach. But she is our highest earner, which is why she's on here. Her and her husband did $150,000 in collected revenue last month and contracted 230, which is insane.
Wow.
They have a 7-figure business. Yeah, they're insane. They have 12 staff members, over 400 clients on their roster, which is crazy.
Awesome.
But you can grow to that, right? You really can take this as big or as small as you want to. There's no right or wrong. But averages. Let's talk about the normal people in the world. What do most of our students do? So right now, 73% of our students do sign their first client month 1. On average, it takes them 1 week to do that. Now, we do require that if somebody comes in who has never coached before, they have no fitness experience, they need to get that certification before they start. We don't want you working with people if you have no knowledge. So about a quarter of our students come in that are brand new. They're obviously not going to get their first client month 1 because we need to work on that. If you want to quit your job, our average student will be able to quit their full-time job in 10.6 weeks. So we would love within, 3 months, essentially, to have you in a position where you do not have to be working. Now, for you, 3 to 4K a month, I think with your experience, as long as you're ready to hit the ground and kind of do what you got to do, I think we could get that in 2, like the 8 to 10 weeks.
I do too. But unfortunately, I can't quit my job until June.
Oh, no.
That's like,
we just want you to be able to. We just want you to be able to. But when you do, you'll get a t-shirt. And you'll join what we call the Quit It Club. It's a whole thing.
I love that.
That's the motivation, right? You're like, screw it, I'll do it now.
I don't want the free shirt for sure. No.
To hit 10K, our average student gets there in about 13 weeks. Program is 16 weeks. So we'd like you to be right at that point towards the end of your program where you're either ready to maintain that business because you're comfortable, or you want to keep pushing and grow and, potentially go into master coach. If you stay a year, doesn't necessarily mean in this person, but the clients who have worked with us for 12 months average 97 clients on their roster. If we take average industry price of $300 to $400, that's over $300,000 in revenue that you should be making at that point per year. Then client satisfaction, this is just with 10K. Master Coach has their own averages, but 4.6 out of 5 for client satisfaction with the program, which I think is pretty solid. I'll take that. I'm not mad about it. Questions here?
The time to get the first client. Since I really have nothing yet, would it still be like month 1? I would get a first client.
I would say so.
Okay.
Unless you're working on other certifications and you're not really doing anything with business, I would say yes. We have a lot of people who are just getting started in the coaching space, but have some level of experience. What we'd like to do is kind of week 1, we're going to figure out offers. We're going to get our back-end systems in place. We're probably going to figure out our marketing plan, at least announce that you're starting a business. By week 2, we should be really advertising, lead generation, and setting up sales calls. So I would say, that would be cool.
So that week 1 is kind of like doing all the legal stuff behind the scenes with the business, kind of setting up social media accounts, all that.
Yeah, you could do what I did.
Getting the face ready.
Yeah, you could do what I did though and just like jump into it. I did not want to go back to in-person coaching when I joined. And so I announced my business before I did anything and started taking clients before I had anything set up, but then the pressure was on. So I sold I had a few sales calls, sold a couple of clients, and then had fucking nothing in place. So I was like, wow, we really got to put the pedal to the metal. And I had to work for like an entire day basically to get everything back end set up.
Right.
Pros and cons to each their own. However you want to approach it. Usually we say, let's at least have our pricing foundation, get that stuff set up, make sure you know what you're offering.
some kind of program in place.
Let's have something going
Yeah.
first before we
Okay,
start
cool.
going out there in the world. Yep. Cool.
Okay.
So last question for you would be, looking at everything, do we want to talk about what potential next steps could look like, investment, go over the fun stuff?
Yeah, I think my next question is like, how much would
There we
be the program?
Yeah. So did Chad
Sounds wonderful.
investment guarantee with you? Like, did he share the guarantee?
No,
Mm.
I don't think so.
Often.
I think I saw it on the website. I looked into the website and I think there was a guarantee, but
Yep. We have an
can't
investment
remember.
guarantee. It's 2.5 times your investment. So you are guaranteed to make at least 2.5 times what you've spent on this program over your next 4 months, or you get a complete refund on the program. Now, there are rules. You have to try. You can't just join and then float in space and do
Of
nothing.
course.
So rules.
Yes,
You
of
have to
course.
attend your game planning call, 1 group call a week, 2 one-on-ones per month. You have 4, so just attend at least half of those. You cannot have past due balances at the end of your program. No past due balances. And you do need to charge minimum pricing. You have to be charging at least that $250 a month for full coaching. You can't be charging $30 a month and expect to 2.5 times your investment. We have to, be appropriate with your pricing. You do need to complete your course in your 4-month time frame.
Okay.
That sounds fair.
Excellent.
Cool.
That sounds super fair.
Let's do it then. Let's talk about price. So we have 2 options. We have a payment plan option. We have a pay in full option. If you pay in full, saves you a little bit of money. We can split that up though. A lot of people like to break that into over time. That way it's a little bit more digestible. Otherwise, if we wanted to do a payment plan, that's fine too. And we have a lot of different ways to break that up. So let me share my screen one more time. We'll jump into it. So payment plan, pay in full. Payment plan, $8,800. Pay in full, $7,497. I know it's a big one. I know everyone's eyes look that same way. Guarantee is that you'll make $22,000 in coaching over your next 4 months, or you get refunded. How we feel?
Okay.
Yes, breathe. Take it.
Yeah. It's a steep, for sure, steep price. It's way more expensive than I thought it was going to be.
That's fair. It is, honestly. You have
100%.
the coursework. There's a lot of, the support there. Really, it's just that we want to make sure, one, yes, it's an investment. It's going to be a little uncomfortable. But 2, we want to make sure you're going to be successful. So we price match so we can pay our coaches well, but we can also make sure you're going to actually make money in this program.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So looking at everything, do you feel like it's worth the price?
Honestly, I do. I believe that when you pay more, you get better quality, and it looks like a lot of individual support, which is really cool. What are the payment plan options?
We have like 900. So the payment plan, if you want to keep it like in-house, we like to break it up around like the 4 to 6 month time frame. Example of that would be, I think if you put $2,600 down, have 5 payments at $1,240, that takes you out 6 months. Otherwise, we have longer term programs, right? That payment plan itself, we would need about 3 to 4 clients in order to compensate for that monthly payment. But we have financing options too. All 3 of our options are soft credit pulls. You don't have to worry about any of that. We've got an in-house financing option that will take that payment out 12 months. It ends up being, there's a little bit of interest, but with interest it ends up being $833 a month for 12 payments. But if you pay it off in your first 4 months, you get that normal payment plan price. You pay it off in 2 months, you pay in full. So you've got the incentive there to save on any interest that you've got. We have 2 other companies we work with too that can help with financing, where you can take your payments out up to 5 years, which would be
that's too much.
It's a long time, but it makes it a lot smaller.
Yeah. I think some of those are definitely doable. Do I need to tell you today?
No, not necessarily.
No.
I think we'd like to just I'd like to just kind of know what feels most manageable to you, and I can send you some ideas of what that can look like. Are you thinking more something long-term, something financing, or do we want to just figure out a payment plan?
More like I would say like the program would be like a 4-month thing. So probably like that 4-month like some kind of payment plan in those 4 different months. Sounds reasonable to me. The 12 months, since the program's only 4 months, the 12 months doesn't make sense. And then the 5 years doesn't make sense. So just kind of like, I'll pay you when I'm in the program and we'll break it down that way.
Yeah. So if we do that, we can split the pay in full. That's something that's also common too. I think the math on that's like 37 something. again, numbers are not my jam, 37.48. So if you did that down, we could take your second payment out 60 days. That way you don't have to worry about, 2 months worth of a payment, get some clients, bring some revenue in, and then pay it off then. And
Yeah.
it does save you 1,300, but that
Okay.
could be a good option too, to just break it up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a more reasonable something.
Yeah.
But I think I might have to sit on it just for a minute. It's all, again, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. This is something I want to jump into, but I need to make sure my financial pieces on the back end, I can actually handle it.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
let me ask you this.
yeah.
Looking at everything aside from finances, everything still feels good. We feel like it's gonna, give you what you need to be successful. We like the program. It's just
Oh yeah, 100%. Yes. Yeah, no, the program looks great. I'm honestly very excited about it and the testimonials. I definitely think you guys can get me clients and start kind of that transition between teaching and my next steps. So
beautiful. So what we
sure.
could do, if you're open to it, I can send you some resources, give you a little bit more homework to work on, just kind of get you some more to just kind of filter through. Would you like to talk to a student, maybe somebody who's kind of started from the beginning phases before, see if they, pros, cons?
No, honestly, I just really need to check my finances and make sure that I can make it doable. Yeah, I just got paid this last Thursday, and so I just want to make sure that I am taken care of in other places before I jump into something a little bit new.
Cool.
So,
we can do that. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Let me send you some resources. I'll give you some stuff to chew on. I'll send you over like a little, you don't have to watch this whole video, but I have like a 6-minute like recap video that I made. If you want to share that with your partner, if you guys want to talk through things and just kind of, does this make sense? I can do that for you as well. And then we can follow up next week, just kind of see what we're
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah. Let me sit on it this weekend. Yeah, that would be great, Jessica.
Yeah. If you have questions, though, you got my cell phone number, just text me. You can text me anytime.
Okay.
I'm not good at answering the phone. Again, phone calls are not my greatest, but if you give me a heads up, I'll answer. But text,
okay. Text is great.
Yeah, perfect. All right, love. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you next week.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Have a good one.
Cool. Yeah, you too. Bye. Thank you.